Yay.
I'm heading for the warmth.
Yeah. Sure. Is it cold in Chicago yet?
We're supposed to get snow tomorrow. Or no, is it tomorrow or Thursday?
Oh.
And then it's supposed to
Ooh.
just basically stay in the 20s until we get back.
Oh boy. So you're much better off where you're going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I see you're here. I don't know if you have a question that you'd like to ask, get us started, or you're just kind of here to listen in. So I will give you the opportunity if you have a question. Hi, Donna.
Kaylee, are you recording this?
Yes, I have started recording.
Oh,
Excellent, thanks.
perfect. Thank you. So it's about a minute before, so I don't know, Donna or Tony, if you guys have a question, or Casey, if you have a question, if you guys want to get us started, we can raise our hands. Otherwise, we can wait to see other people join us. Completely an option. Okay. No questions, I guess, so that's okay. We will wait.
I've got one. This is Donna.
You do have a
Um,
question. Okay, Donna, let's
yeah.
get us
I was like,
started.
do I
Thank
have any
you.
questions? I didn't come with one to start with, but um, I am curious about. So we've been implementing more and more of the agency memberships, um, and I have definitely had some times where the person who is the primary member has just made some changes, and I didn't realize it. Um, so this is just sort of a general question. Is there a way that we can like turn that off or change what their permissions are that a member can actually that a primary member can do?
No, because the system is designed so that the primary member is responsible for the memberships under them. So, if they make changes to secondary members that are under them, that's really their responsibility to do so.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's unusual because because the vacancy process is manual, right? We don't have a way to so like I mean, sorry, I obviously wasn't prepared to ask this question, so I didn't figure out what I was going to say in advance. But like, I've had primary members or someone who had access to their account just go in and like change the name in an account to a different person. And
Yeah.
of course, I don't know that that happens because it doesn't give you a notification. And so then, like, they try to pay, and then they have paid for some people, but they've actually paid for more people than they needed to, or less, or whatever. And of course, they never ask, right?
Right.
And so there's a little part of me that is like, well, just turn those features off, and then they won't do that, and then they have to ask you. But I understand the point of the purpose is that they are supposed to be able to do that stuff on their own. They just
I
don't
think,
always do what you
well,
expect them to do.
and I think what they just need to be educated that if they
Yeah.
do that, then that history, the event history, the certifications, all of that stuff then gets assigned to the new member,
Yeah.
right? So if you have, Jane Smith as the old member and they've taken classes and they've got certifications, but they're no longer with the agency, so the agency just changes that name to someone else, then that someone else gets all the credit that Jane Smith earned for
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
membership. So if you educate them, a little bit that this is what's happening, then they will be less likely to do that because it
Yeah.
really is, it's giving a lot of credit to the new person that they didn't earn.
Yeah. And thankfully, in this particular case, they just changed a new person to a different new person. So there wasn't like, it was easy for me to go back and fix it. And there wasn't any like, oh, this person has gotten a bunch of credit for someone else, right? Because the new
Yeah.
person hadn't done anything yet. But
Okay.
you're correct that that's, part of that process is education. And I think people just, especially when they're doing renewals, they just see these steps and they're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to add some more people. And it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
okay. But it's a different experience from the previous website where individual members couldn't really do that for
Well,
others. Right.
you can also charge them. You can set the system to charge them for additional members that they add through their profile.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it's set that way, but maybe not. I may have overlooked one. What chapter are you with?
So I'm with co-op, and I think it is set that way now because that actually came up earlier this year where someone just did I got an email that, oh, somebody did a mid-year membership change and they had added 2 people and they weren't marked to be
Nice.
invoiced.
Right.
So I
Look at
think
that
that
just
one is
so
fixed,
others can
but-
see. Michael, do you mind just?
Yeah, I'm
Would be
just
helpful. Yeah.
getting my act together here.
Sorry, Donna. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, you're fine. You definitely did. I did discover that, oh, that setting was off and it just let him add those people for free. And of course, he was willing to pay for it. I just added a charge and then we paid for their membership. But
Yeah. And the system will do that too. So if you down here where it says change for membership changes made through the profile, and you have it, yes. So it should have charged for them.
Yeah. Well, it's fixed now.
Yeah.
When it first happened, it wasn't set that way, and then
Okay.
I found that setting and went, oh, that should be on.
Yep, definitely.
So-
Yeah,
We're
that'll keep
looking
them
at
from adding members and not getting charged for them.
Yeah, we're looking at implementing prorating as well, which we don't do currently, but
Okay.
For those times when someone does join in the middle of a year.
And
So-
prorating is done on a daily basis. So it's basically out of, is it 365 days or either 360 days? I don't remember. So it's just a percentage based on that, but it's rounded to the nearest dollar. So there's no cents involved.
Okay, awesome. Okay, that was my question. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Does anyone else have a question for Michael? If you do, if you want to just raise your hand and I will call on you. If there are any questions.
There are a lot more people on the call than I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a quiet. Great. However, does anyone have any questions? Minna, I see your hand is up.
Yeah, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning.
Yeah, hi Michael.
Hi.
Yeah, I received an email about the prospective members.
Yeah.
Semina Warner registered like a week ago. And however, it's showing that she's active, but she works for my office and it's her first time registering.
Mhm.
So, like, for example, the city of Baltimore, they register new members and it's showing in perspective because they register like recently for the new members. So she hasn't been a PPA member before. She and Olu is the first time, but it's already showing them as active members.
Yeah.
They have, yeah. Mhm.
If the primary added them, they're going to be active if the primary is active, right? It's because they're just adding them to their membership. They're not prospective because they don't have to be approved because the primary member approved them.
Okay, but we don't, because with our agency, we don't everybody have to pay for themselves. So we don't have primary. So for example, I'm under state highway administration and I pay for myself. So I have to log in, pay for myself and get approved. So in this case, we don't have primary. So I'm not sure how they went about doing it. Maybe I have to ask them.
Well, they
Yeah.
probably didn't then. So if everybody's a primary, then
Yeah.
what was the last name? Because I don't
De-
see any prospective
W.
members. Yeah, it was
Yeah, she's not there. She's not in the prospective member, but her last name is WARNER.
Samina Warner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she signed up, paid in full, and she signed up with a National NIGP membership. So we're going to look at that member type. National NIGP member. It does require approval, so someone had to approve her.
I think
Yeah,
it's
she
the
probably that.
agency one, Michael, right? Is I think
Yeah,
it was
that
agency, wasn't
Oh,
it?
she does agency national NIGP. Okay, let
Yeah.
me take a look at that one. Agency national NIGP.
So that's why I was telling you, Rodney, that maybe other people go in and approve people without.
Oh
I
yeah, see,
don't
this one
know.
doesn't
Yeah.
require approval.
Oh, she's
It's
like the agency instead of.
yeah.
Okay.
So if you don't want, if you're not going to set up agency memberships,
Uh-huh.
then turn this off, set it to admin only, and then they won't be able to check it.
Okay. Okay. So, but
But
then
then
how?
before you do that, you're going to want to change all of those members in that member type to another member type.
Yeah, so that was my question. So how would it go underneath? How would it go underneath the primary to select them underneath primary if they're not agency? If they're
Well,
not
if they,
agency. Mm-hmm.
yeah, if they're not, well, you said that you're not using primaries though. You're not setting up primary and secondary relationships.
We
Or
do,
are
we do. We set it
you?
up. Should it be like for all members registering initially has to use chapter member only?
No, if a secondary member is
Uh-huh.
joining the organization, they're going to join under a primary. Who is the
Uh-huh.
primary? Who's the primary for this first
We
new
don't
member?
have primary. Everybody has to do it individually.
So but if you're not setting up secondaries, then I'm so confused.
We
I
we're not we're,
apologize.
we're not setting up secondary for SHA, but we're setting up secondary for other agencies. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah, we're
okay.
not using it for State Highway, but we use it for City
Oh,
of Baltimore. We use it for DHS. Other agency uses it. State Highway, we don't use it. You see what I'm
got it.
saying? So,
So in this case, all you need to do is change her to a different member type. So click on the
okay.
pencil and then go to under her profile, go to member type expiration join date
hmm
and select a different member type.
Okay. And
And
then
then
would
save
that
it.
put her under the perspective so she can get
No,
approved?
no, no. No, because she's already approved. She's already an active member.
Uh,
Yeah, it's too late for her.
okay.
What
So
you
how?
could do is
Mm-hmm,
if you're still going to use that member type of agency national NIGP member,
mm-hmm.
then make it approval required then. That way, it'll catch everybody and you'll have to approve. They'll go into a prospective status and you'll have to approve them. And that's a good way to do it, especially if there's a chance of them checking the wrong member type. Because if
Yeah.
another state highway person joins and they select agency member,
Mm-hmm.
and they shouldn't be in that member type, then as if they're prospective, then you can correct it before they become active members.
Okay. Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah. So, is there a way to like moving forward when they come in initially that we can say use this membership type, like the basic membership for 50 and for 45 if you're a new member coming in for the first time registering, is there an area where we can make sure that it go through perspective first?
What you want to do then is create
Mm-hmm.
one member type or use one of these existing member types,
Mm-hmm.
and set it up for new members and new
Mm-hmm.
members renewals, whatever. But then for all of the others, like the agency and national NIGP members, set it for renewals only.
Yeah,
That way
yeah,
new members can't use it. Or,
yeah.
if you want people to not screw around with it, then set it to renewal same type only. Then they can't even change it when they have to renew. At
Okay.
least with renewals only, then they will see all of the renewal member types and they can pick and choose which one they want. But if you say
Yeah.
renewal same type only, they cannot change member type. They have to stay in their same member type. And if they ever have to change a member type, then they have to contact an admin and the admin will do it for them.
Yeah, so something like that.
Yeah.
Can you send me the screen for that? Yeah.
Yeah, well, this
Yeah.
is recorded, so I mean but that's
Okay.
definitely what you're going to do. You're going to go to where availability under the member type, and
Uh-huh.
you're going to set it to renewal same type only, and then they won't
Okay.
be able to change it. And
Okay.
then you have to have at least one member type that is set for new members, so
Yeah.
that they have at least one to choose, right? when they sign up as
Okay.
new members.
Yeah. Yeah. So when they sign up for, but the thing is, it's two different categories. So when they sign up for new members, it's a category for 45 and it's a category for 50.
Yeah, then yeah, make two of those as set up for new members. Like this one,
Okay.
chapter membership only, $50 new members and renewals. That's great. And national NIGP member for 45, that's great. Leave those and then change all
Yes,
the other ones to
to renewals
renewal same
only.
type only. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Just like associate and retired. See how they're set for renewal same type only.
Okay, NIGP and chapter remain. Okay, thank you.
Sure. Yep, you're welcome.
And
Does anyone else have a question? Hand raised. Anyone have anything they'd like to ask? It's a quiet group. This one.
I think I have one more question.
Oh, so sorry, Mena. Okay.
Reese, let's Reese go. I'm sorry. Let him go.
No,
I'll
no,
go
no.
next.
You can ask your question. Ask your question. That's fine.
Okay. So the it's another member, Moktan, Moktan.
Oops. Spelled that wrong.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
There it is.
Yeah.
Nevin. Yep.
Yeah. So, in his situation, he initially they got approved like a year ago. They renew as a group. So he's the primary member, and he was able to renew everybody one time as a group, and it's still under his account. But
Okay.
however, this year, their department did not get approved for the NIGP membership.
Okay.
So now instead of them, because when they got renewed as a group, it was $45 each. So under his account, everybody should be 45. But now that the agency is not paying for the NIGP membership no more, they are no longer NIGP members. So everybody is now 50. Do I have to
Oh.
go in? Yeah, manually and change all of them to 50 and remove them from his count and re-add them?
I wouldn't do that. What I
Okay.
would do is create a new member type
Okay.
and call it, oh, you do have one agency that's
Okay.
not a national NIGP member. Make the dues $50
Okay.
and renew them under that member type. Because these should be $50, right? For the primary and the secondary.
Yeah, for non-NIGP members. What about the
Okay.
other one?
Which one?
Yeah. Let me see.
Or chapter
This
membership
one, chapter
only?
membership only.
Yeah, that's not set up for primaries and secondaries.
Oh, okay. I got you. But if you change that to 50 and then in the future now, and okay, you already have 45 there. Okay, got you. Yeah, you can use that. I see.
Yeah. Yeah, so and then you can go ahead and as the admin, you can renew them. And as the first part of the renewal process, make sure you choose the right member type so that everybody is charged $50.
Okay. So it will only apply for his situation, right? It won't affect any other account. If so if
It,
I'm yeah. Uh-huh.
well, if you change that member type, it'll change it for anybody who is under that member type. So
Yeah, so
if we were
that's
to change
yeah.
it for, the one called agency, let's take a look. You have
Yeah.
181 people under that member
Yes.
type of agency. So
Yes.
yeah, all of those would get the new rate. So you
Yeah.
might want to maybe create a new member type and just call it agency not NIGP national or without NIGP national or
Okay.
something, something that makes
Okay.
sense to you, and then charge them
Agency
$50 per
no
person.
NIGP.
Yeah.
$50. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's hard to ask my questions.
No,
All
you're
right.
doing great.
Thank you. Thank you. Reeds can go ahead. I have one more, but I have to look it up. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Paula, you have your hand up.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. I have a new CPO and I know through the MPPOA, because we're a member of MPPOA, that he was added to that. However, I don't remember if they added him to NIGP or if that was something that I needed to do. But since we have to renew our memberships, does it even matter at this point if he's not there?
But you
I'm
kind of want
sorry.
to include it, right?
Yes,
Is
I
it
do.
MPPOA? Is that your website?
MPPOA is the chapter that we are for NIGP.
Yeah. No, that's not it. What was MPPPOA?
The Michigan.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Michigan.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
Where do you see it?
Up two more.
There it is.
There
Got
you
it.
go.
Okay. Oh, it's mppoa.net. Okay.
So he's in here because we had our previous purchasing administrator removed and him added in his space. But does that then automatically populate within NIGP, or do we have to do something like you were just walking through before?
Oh, I see what you're asking. No,
Yeah.
no,
it
that's Ronnie can
doesn't.
take that. Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't. That's something
Okay.
that you submit through the form that Jennifer or Stefan sends out and stuff like that. So no,
Okay.
there is not at the moment. Like that's definitely a down the road thing that we're working towards, but it isn't in place at the moment. So
Okay. So we have to fill out a form and have him added and then our previous administrator removed. And we need to do that before we renew our membership.
with NIGP, I'm not sure of that. I have to say that is all a Jennifer Stefan thing. I don't know how that all works.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Just that the information that's on your website is separate that from the NIGP database, and
Okay.
that there is no link between the two. So that's the best I'd be able to tell you. So sorry.
No, that's okay.
Do you have
Thank
another
you.
question, Paula? Nope. Okay.
Nope, that's it. Well,
Okay.
if they're separate,
Yeah.
I think I was added to this because I had volunteered because I'm on the board for MPPOA and I had volunteered to be one of the people that updates our website. And I think I was given this so that I would know how to do that or get training. So
Yeah.
am I in the wrong meeting?
Nope,
Or
you
is
are
this correct?
absolutely
Okay.
in the right meeting. Absolutely.
Okay, great.
You and Michael can check to see if you have admin rights on this site. But yes, if you are a coordinator or an admin on your chapter website, then this absolutely is the place to come and ask questions on how to, and if you have an issue. And then we have all kinds of training videos and stuff that
Okay.
we provide. So you are absolutely in the right meeting.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Michael, do you see her there?
I don't know. I don't see her as a
No.
coordinator or a.
Ah, okay.
So we'll need to have Valerie send in information then.
No, she
Yeah,
would just
send
need
it
to
to
go in
Valerie.
now.
Yeah. Either Valerie or Tina can
Okay.
add you. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Kaliska, you have your hand up.
Hello. So this is Kaliska with OPPA, and I have two questions. One of them is just kind of a general question at this point. We had an event that ended last week or whatever, and we kind of had used some of the newer tools that we learned to put the event together. And then there was, just as we were going through it, there were things that I was like, oh, did I not set that up correctly? Or, oh, should I have done that differently? Is there some time, like, could I call the helpline or something and just kind of go through the event with somebody just to make sure that, like, we set it up correctly? Does that make sense?
We do that so much on the helpline.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And then my second question is, I was coming in, I'm sorry, I was a little late to this meeting, but I was coming in at the tail end of you saying that with that first gal that you could like for membership types that you could only put one for like that, so basically folks can't pick it. We're having
yeah.
when they're renewing or something, or being new, we have folks picking agency, and
Yeah.
no matter, I mean, I know that you showed me how to reorganize that so regular was first, but anyway, we changed it. It somehow went back, and I can't remember how to change it. But if we could remove that agency as an option, for folks, and just make regular the
Yeah,
the
you
number
can,
one option. I'm
you
sorry, I
can,
missed that.
if you edit it, where it
Okay.
says availability, you can change it
Uh-huh.
to admin only, which means no one will be able to
Okay.
select it. But
Oh,
you
that
got to
is so
make sure you
great.
don't currently have any members in that member type, because when it comes to renewal, then they're going to be kind of hosed. So if we go to member type and look for agency, because that's the one you want to get rid of, right?
No, I don't want to get rid of it. No, we actually have people that want to use it. What we're doing is we have folks that sign up as new
Uh,
members, and they're signing up as agency members instead of regular
oh,
members.
so you want to just kind of make sure that they're not agency members. Well, so basically what you're
Well,
going to do is
we
you
want
can
to
set it for
assign them.
renewals.
We want to assign them as an
Yeah.
agency member because we don't always know. They don't always know, you know,
Yep.
when they
So
sign up who
then,
their agency person is.
so either set it to renewals only or renewals same type only. If you do same type only,
Hmm.
then that's the only option they will have when it comes to renewal. If you do renewals only, then they can choose from any of the member types that are set up for renewals.
Okay, so if somebody's already an agency member, I
Yep.
would probably want that first option that you talked about.
Renewal same type only.
Renewal only, yeah.
Yep.
And then
That
that
you
way we can put people in the agency one once they need to be there.
correct.
Okay.
And
Oh,
then they will stay
perfect.
there. They won't be able to change out of it.
Oh.
Well,
Oh,
if
so if
you
a new agency person, so like if you were an agency person but you like left the position, I would need to change your type into back a regular.
correct. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Michael, can you show there where you would choose those things? Just
Yeah, are you not seeing? Because I thought I'm sharing the OPPA
you
You
are,
membership.
are.
but you're
You
not
are.
the hover
I think it's
down.
you are. I think it's the availability, Ronnie. I think it's the
It is.
availability line.
Just so that people can see if you click on that. Yeah, it
So,
doesn't drop down. Sorry.
oh, it's not showing it.
Yeah, that's all. That's
Darn it.
weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Okay. I just thought if others would benefit from seeing it, but it looks like it's not showing for whatever
Yeah.
reason. That's fine. Okay.
Oh, does that mean I can't make the change?
No, you can. You just can't see it on my demonstration.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
No worries. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. I didn't realize the drop downs weren't showing.
Yeah, they're not. It's really odd.
That's
Yeah.
one of the weird things about this new Mac I'm using.
Yeah, it's not showing. All right.
Yep.
Well, people know that the drop down should drop down and there are the options that Michael has been referring to, right? So,
Yep. Yeah.
Stacy. Yep, sorry. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. I have to say that this was a really good session this morning. Mina, thank you for asking the questions that you asked. I didn't know that we could do a special membership type for those that were dual memberships. Is there a way to verify that they're dual members, or would it just be self-reporting?
Yeah, it's self-reporting because there's no real connection between the NIGP national website membership and the chapters, right? That's something that I know Ronnie and their team are working on, but that's not something that's in place at this point.
Okay, because we've been talking about changing the structure, so our structure so it was more in line with NIGP. So this is really helpful, and I didn't really know about the different types that we could add in. So this has been great. Thank you, guys.
Good. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Anyone have a question to ask that would be helpful for others on the line to hear about? Okay, Minna, did I just see your hand up? No.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yep.
All right. Thank you. I have two more questions. One of them is where I forgot my train of thought. Okay. So where so where you have you know how you renew your members, but they renew at the end of the year. So like October to maybe they renew like they register at the end of the year and you give them grace period. It's I know it's yeah, that's it. Yeah. So how you just hit how can you turn it off and turn it on? You just
The grace period that you're talking
uh
about up here,
hmm yeah,
this is only for new members.
for new
So,
members. Okay.
yes. So this is when a new member joins toward the end of the year. How many
Mm-hmm.
months of free membership are you going to give them
Yeah.
that is included with their next year's membership dues? So, when they pay today for a year of membership, they're going to get all of next year plus how many months of this year included. So, for example, if they're joining today, which is toward the end of November, are you going to charge them for all of this year? Or are you going to say, well, at this point it's the end of the year, so you get the next
We do October
month and a
from
few. Okay, so
October.
then, yeah, so for brand new members, you could say then if you're doing 3 months, that would be October, November, and December.
Mm-hmm.
And so when somebody joins, they get October, November, December, plus all of next year with their membership dues.
Okay. So do you go in the individual account and then find this area? Because if you, also it applies to any new member, correct? Sorry.
It will apply to any new member who joins, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But
Yeah,
for
that's it.
existing members, there's no grace period, right?
Yes. Yes. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. How you know what I was talking about?
Yeah.
New members, October
Yeah.
1 month. Yep. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. Do you want me to set that and save it, or do you want to go
Yeah.
ahead and do it?
Can you save it for Maryland?
You got it. This is Maryland. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Thank you. And then the
You're welcome.
last question.
Yeah.
When you adding events where you member events, when you adding new members, we've been having problems with that. I know
You
you
mean
probably show us, but I can't remember.
for registering for events?
Yes.
Okay. Like, do you have an event in mind?
It was one on the 20th, but I don't know when the next one.
Okay, general membership meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at who can register. So we have members. Members can bring non-members. They can bring another member, and they can bring another member in their membership. So that's good.
Okay.
And then registration fees is set for more 14 guests, so that's good. So they should be able to register everybody that they need to register.
Yeah. So when you're adding them, they were having problem when they have to add somebody. So if like a primary tried to add her secondary members or somebody who's not under her as secondary, can she do both?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm
Okay.
going to say, okay, active member, and then we'll say another member, and then we'll say another member in your membership. So
Mm.
we'll just choose that. And then give me an idea of a member who is a primary in an agency.
Michelle Jones last name.
Michelle Jones. Okay, perfect. So then now we go to another person in your membership. That's fine. And then for
Mhm.
another member, you're going to search for another member. So we'll say,
Okay.
we'll just select Karen because this is another member.
Mhm.
And we'll select you because you're another member, even though you're not
Okay.
part of that agency.
Agency.
And then when I
Oh,
click
okay.
next, it shows me all the people in Michelle's agency. So I can say, okay, well, I'm also registering Janet and Dimitri because I only
Okay.
selected 2 people that I was registering from that membership.
Okay.
So I selected 2 and I click next. And then those are the people who are being registered now.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense?
Yeah. Is
Okay.
there a
I'm
little
not gonna
steps for that?
yeah, I'm not going to complete this, obviously. I'm going to cancel
Yeah,
it, but
yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you.
yeah.
Holy
Events are
event.
tough. There's so many configurations for events, and if one thing isn't configured right, then it can definitely throw off how people experience it.
So the steps is you go to event and then you go into the actual meeting that are on the calendar that was added, right?
Yeah, you're going to be taken here to the event view.
Okay.
So if you're on the event and you're trying to figure out which one, let's say we're going to click on the general membership meeting, click on it.
Mm.
It takes you to the event view of the event.
Okay. Okay. And otherwise you can just maneuver it. Click on the calendar event.
Yeah, right.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
All right. Bye.
Are there any other questions? Anyone have anything? I will take this moment just to to mention that I know we are getting close to where there are some turnover on coordinators or admins on your site, and just request that if that does take place, that you send me the email addresses and names of those people that are being added so that I can add them to my distribution list and, for instance, forward them the meeting invites for office hours, for instance. So just, I do have to rely on the chapter admins to send me that information. It's not something that I automatically have. So if you do have any people that are new and they want to have access to some of the training videos or meetings for office hours, whatever, if you could please send me their names and email addresses. Mena, you have your hand up again. Another question?
Yeah. Yes, I just have one more.
Sure.
So for example, some department likes to pay with checks, like invoices, or they will mail the check to like the treasurer. How do you account for that in the account? The treasurer, is it a manual thing, or is there somewhere in the system that once you receive the check, you account for everybody, you go and manually update it?
If you are like it, so are you saying for it, this is for an event registration?
Let's say for renewals,
Oh, for membership renewals.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, then the primary, well, if it's an agency, then the primary is going to have this green $ next to their name after they renew, they've updated. So this person is no longer with us. I'm adding this person, blah, blah, blah. And then they renew, then they will have a $ next to them. So when you get that check, all the treasurer or whoever received the check has to do is click on this green $, and they go here and choose the payment method that says received check, and then record the check information.
Oh,
This is only available to admins, this option. So that's why, it's the treasurer or another admin will have to do this.
click on the green $sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
and
drop down's not showing, but yeah.
add check number. Okay. And then once you save it, it's going to automatically update that person account, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So as soon as you say receive check and you enter the check information, you're going to click on record check payment, and that will
Okay.
be recorded against that person's account.
Okay. And if you want to print like an invoice, because sometimes I ask you to print it before, can you print it after?
You go after they've renewed, the person doing the renewing, actually, I'll show you this. The person doing the renewing, when they get to the payment page, all they have to do is click on this button that says print invoice,
Yeah.
and they will get an invoice either for a number 10 envelope or a number 9 envelope, that they can print themselves. But if they're asking you to print an invoice, then you can go to the money tab, go to transaction search, and just take a look at all the unpaid payments, and you're going to click on bulk payments.
Transaction type.
Yeah. So the function is going to be bulk payments, and then click search, and you're going to have all these unpaid transactions. And you're just going to go down through the list, and you're going to say, okay, this person, this person, this person, this person, whatever. And then you're going to create an invoice by clicking this invoice button.
Oh,
And so it'll combine all of them into a single invoice that you can then send to the person. So when you click on it, you can say, okay, I want individual invoices, and that you can then print and mail out, or you can create a grouped invoice, and then, you can send that over to the person for payment.
okay. So money transaction type, bulk payment.
Yep.
You don't have to add no date or anything, and then just check each person.
Right. Yep.
Group invoice, you can email it directly.
Yep. By default, you're going to come to the transaction search. So this is what you're going to see by default. So in order to get to the point where you want to generate an invoice, you have to choose bulk payments.
Okay.
And then hit search again, and it'll refresh the screen, and then you can just start checking the boxes and then click invoice.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Mhm.
Great thing to show. So thank you so much, Minna. I think that's, I don't know how many people actually know about this bulk payments and group invoices. So great. Thank you so much. Are there any other questions? Any hands for Michael? Anything we'd like to ask?
And along those same lines with bulk payments, if somebody has a mix of independent members and agency members, and they send in a single check to pay for them all, you can still check them all here and apply bulk payments. And then you can record the check information that they sent in for all of them. So it's a nice, clean way to be able to manage multiple members for whether they're in an agency or they might be independent members, but being paid for by a single entity.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I don't see any other hands up. And so I guess we will pull this meeting to a close. Do want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving for sure. The plan is we will reconvene on the second Tuesday in December for office hours. In the meantime, if you guys have questions that can't wait, you can reach out to Kaylee and Yvonne at NIGP at acclaimpros.net. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, Michael. Have a
You're very
wonderful
welcome.
vacation. And we will reconvene in the beginning of December. Thank you, everyone.
Happy
Take care, everybody.
Thanksgiving.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.